So, I saw OTV was holding this editing contest, and not gonna lie, I haven't edited anything since 2020, before I dropped it because I felt like I wasn't getting any better at it. But when I looked at myself in the mirror, I remembered that editing could mean so much more. So, I rechecked the rules and looked very closely at what Evan said.
You can use any part of a song to make any type of edit. It could be a montage, it could be clips, it could be whatever the heck you want.
And that got me thinking, anything? So, I grabbed my stylus and got to work!
Hold up, stylus? Wait, no, you do realize this is an editing contest, right? How is this different from making an animatic or animation? It has to be an edit.
Exactly! And if you are in the Steven Universe editing community, we have our own little twist with editing, such as creating your own screen frames or drawings. And when I thought about how I wanted to include my own spice in this contest, I thought, how do I mix my art with editing? You just blend them together forcefully to create an outcome, and it becomes... Oh, fuck! Kill it! It becomes a masterpiece. So, let's get to work. Of course, the portion of the song I decided to do was the chorus, because due date is Friday. And I like to do really difficult things last minute because, ooh, baby, the rush it gives me. Woo! Will I make the deadline or forever be depressed? Let's jungle that. Woo! I did a whole lot of planning for something that was only 16 seconds. To be fair, this was originally supposed to be like 20 to 24 seconds. I had extra PNGs, which I will show here, that were not shown in the process of the edits because, boy, deadline was getting a little close. It hit 9 p.m. by the time I was editing on the last day I needed to to submit. English hard. I don't have a script in front of me. So I kind of just threw out the last 4 seconds and called it a day. As you can see, I'm storyboarding my process of what PNGs I wanted it to be used. I saw comments explaining to me like this is more animation, and it is. Don't get me wrong, it is more animation style editing. But keep in mind, I'm still using an editing program for it. And adding effects and little... I don't know, where do you draw the line at animation? Anyways, as I was sorting more my thing, I was going to have like all the girls with their significant other talking to them, but as you know, there's one of them who isn't in a relationship at this time. Can you all guess who? Yep, it's Yvonne. As of right now, Yvonne does not have a significant other, so I kind of had to like scrap that idea. Sure, I could have used like her cat, but I didn't really think about that until now that I think about it. That probably would have worked. And I think I did write this in my notes about who to add for Yvonne. Well, anyways. Oh, I'm getting nervous burps. So I decided to scrap that, just have the girls, be by themselves, sing their portion of the song. So of course, Lily's portion of the song is, so listen here when I say, I was going to have her whispering into Michael's ear, but then I thought, what's a better way to make it look like she's screaming it to the whole crowd? That's right, a megaphone. The type of megaphones cheerleaders use, because I didn't want to draw the fancy looking robotic ones because I'm not that talented to try that, and I had a deadline. The storyboarding process was the easiest part. Obviously, it's just a bunch of stupid sketches I decided to put together so that I could get my idea of cross. So after that portion, Lily is singing, now it's my turn, which is a simple, just have her cutely pointing at herself. Thought that was cute. And then I thought, how would I want this chorus to go? Out of all the sections of the song, the chorus was the hardest part for me because I couldn't exactly figure out how I wanted this to look. For this portion, I wanted to import a 3D model machine for the DDR. I didn't know how to do that. So you know what I came up with in the middle of the night? I was thinking to myself, how can I make it more exciting, like more K-pop-y than just having the PNGs dance on screen? Then it hit me, like a child throwing a basketball at my head. A stage with idol sticks cheering on the color of the girls dancing. Duh! It's brilliant. It's not that brilliant, but it was brilliant for me in the moment. It was midnight, and I thought of that idea before I passed out, and I wrote it in my notes, and then I fell asleep. After getting the chorus part, I drew all the girls as chibis, having a little falling stance as if they were going to fall off the stage. I didn't do that. I just made it pop up. If you see in the edit, which you will see, and I'll explain it in the editing portion. This is just the sketching of everything. And then you have them falling into a pile of hearts. Simple as that. Idea done. On to the next portion. This portion took the longest because obviously I had to quickly line art, color each frame respectively, add a little bit of shading because I didn't want it to just be a base color. I wanted it to have a little pop to it to some degree. Luckily, I had made fan art that I just copy and pasted the color palette with because your girl has a time limit and I'm running out of time. It's already Tuesday. Soon it'll be Wednesday because I finished up the coloring on Wednesday. I lied. I finished it on Thursday. I was going to make the line art as fancy as I did with the fan art I did. If you could see the connecting neck and head, it had a little red mark, or the lips had a little red mark. I didn't have time to do that because I could see the snail coming closer to end my life. So I just made the line art blue and called it a day, slapped it. Let's go. Save the PNGs. Thursday night is over. Hard work's done. Let's save the rest of it for Friday to edit. Boom. 8 a.m. Get started. Grinding work. Drink some G Fuel. And I sat there for a good 30 minutes watching YouTube videos because I couldn't think of any inspiration and I thought I already needed a break. But besides that, I got to work, and you could see me kind of scrap the first section of the intro because I did not like how it was looking at all. It looked awful. So I scrapped it and I redid it, and I thought, maybe I should have the two beginning lilies just connected to each other in 3D. But I don't know how to 3D panel this stuff in After Effects. So I watched the tutorial, figured it out, bam, intro done. That took me freaking... I don't know how long that took me. Now on to the chorus, which took the most layers because my dumbass decided to make a 3D stage that was barely visible in this edit. It was barely visible because the idol sticks covered. I don't even want to talk about it. I think I spent a good 2 hours trying to get the stage to work. Anyways, you know, let's just walk past that. First, I made the DDR arrows beforehand to all like go glow, glow, glow as if they were hitting. I made the mistake of adding motion blur at the end to the arrows, so now they look a little blurry. That's on me. I shouldn't have done that. I don't think people even noticed the DDR in the background because the way I edited it, edited it. Anyways, the way I edited it, it made it look a bit hidden in the background, so I was kind of sad about that too. There were a lot of things I wish I could fix in this, but hey, honestly, for my first time doing this stuff, pretty good. Put all the girls in there, bounce, 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 and then I wanted the lyrics to pop up somehow along the stage, but if I just put simple captions at the bottom, I feel like it wasn't as unique. So I just put it on a stroke and then slapped it behind and said, yep, that works. I was supposed to make it pop, like bounce and scale, like zoom out, zoom in type of deal. I completely forgot. I was too focused on getting certain transitions in. I was supposed to also bring the stage inwards when the ending of the intro zooms out into multiple lilies. I was supposed to reel up the stage, pop up Jody, and then pop down the DDR. It probably doesn't make sense. I'm talking to myself. I'm showing you with my hands as if you guys can see it, but you can't. I should know this. I'm a VTuber. You guys can never see my hands. Anyways, got the DDR stuff done. It took about 6 hours of that section. Then was the easier part. The falling off the stage part, which I didn't do. I just added the basic background that I was using for the intro and the big star that I used for behind Lily's head and Lily's main image. And then another simple part. The girls falling into the pile of hearts. Bam! We're almost done. Hold on now. Don't go, please. After that is the coloring, the CC, the little effects that make it pop out and match each other in the coloring. This part was a little bit hard because I wanted it to be shiny while also having that nice magenta hue to every frame in this edit. Luckily I found that. It took a couple of tries, but I got it. Bam. And then I wanted the edit at the end to have like a round TV effect. So I tried figuring out what it was. It took a while, but I found it. It was like optical something. I don't know. But I slapped that on, fixed it up. Then I realized the top borders of this edit was kind of bugging me. So I made my own little white borders to match the edges of the left and right. And then, yeah, pretty much it. And this is the edits that won me second place in the OTV editing contest.
Listen closely when I say. First, it's my turn. Never have I ever wanted more than talk. Never have I ever dreamed of more than fun. Never have I ever thought you'd be the one. Guess I'll fall in love.
This was a fun experience, and it really challenged me on how fast I can get an edit like this done while learning, so it was pretty fun on that portion. Sure, it stressed the hell out of me trying to get all the art done beforehand, because I'm telling you now, I spent most of the week on the art. And if you joined this contest, please know you did amazing. Everyone did amazing and worked their hardest on their own end. You're amazing, and I hope you have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, or whatever time it is you are, and remember you're beautiful. Bye!